microphone. Would you believe that? Hi everyone. Oh, what's that echo? Okay, yeah, we're good now. Hi everyone. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Uh so the goal is like get 50 contacts. Remember that we always so I'm trying to clear out my screen. Okay, so I don't like get okay. Because that will be for today. Yeah, was supposed to like get like 50 contacts. He's cool. I don't like it when, but I don't even know how to turn it off when we're live and something just keeps making that noise, that annoying noise. I think it's Facebook. Facebook is just trying to send me something. Uh, where are we? Right. So we're supposed to like get 50 contacts. We're still doing that. But we're not at 50 yet. So basically, I'm just going to go ahead to share my screen and then show you what I'm doing and how we're gonna get to like 50. But I did have like another conversation with somebody else yesterday, and seems as though perhaps we might have eat something here, because like everyone I spoke to who are like looking for volunteers are like, oh, this is nice, this is cool. You're trying to spotlight our work, you're trying to like celebrate what we're doing, and you're also trying to like give these reward these volunteers. But I think that personally I'm learning a lot. I'm learning that when it comes to volunteerism, some kind of volunteerism looks like exploitation. I am learning that some certain NGOs do not handle this process so well. Yeah, that's what I'm learning as we're going. I thought it would be nice to share that though. Anywho, we might just have a winning criteria for like the fifth test. Yeah, which is like getting our applications. Sorry, it's the application right now. Our software, getting more people to try our platform. That's like easier for me. Getting more people to try our platform. Oh yeah, that's about it. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I was saying that right now I'm not going to like what's that thing called again? I'm not going to groups where I can like find individuals, and that's pretty intentional because I'm going to do that as soon as the platform goes live. But I'm not just going to do it because I'm looking for them. I'm going to try the app technique, so AJRP. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when I think about 30 days, I feel like 30 days may be like a lot of time actually, but I might be wrong. As we continue to discuss with more people, I would see if we're going to do 30 days or maybe we're just going to do 14 days. We'll see. Yeah, guess that's it on that. So we need to create like a bunch of posts first of all that we can make in the community when we go live to get people to talk. So I was thinking something along the lines of, as a volunteer, do you ever wish that you had more rewards for volunteering? Or how would you feel if beyond food and shelter, you were paid some stipend to volunteer in places? Do you understand? Because these are the problems that I'm seeing, and I'm trying to address these problems with my copy. You get so okay. Whatever it is I've just said now, I don't have it down. I might want to just write it down. And so when I begin to get those responses, I begin to like send them a DM. Okay, that sounds like a lot of work, but that's what we have for now. But it's a post style, so it's going to be easy for the admin to accept. Admins are really clamping down on posts that looks like they're poaching people, posts that looks like you're telling other people about what you're doing. So yeah. Volunteer. As a volunteer, do you think getting some stipend, um, aside from food and accommodation, when volunteering will do you any good? Yeah, obviously people say to do them good because it has to do with money. But the goal is to act like you don't know, act like you don't care, act like you're trying to find out. Mm. Oh, I don't remember what I just said. Make your experience any better. I can't remember what I just said because we're just I think it's a true gift to be able to see the brokenness in, like, well, not necessarily every system, but to look at something and tell that, oh, okay, this is not good enough, or this can definitely be done better. I'm compelled to think that it's a gift as we continue to go out and go after these things. Now, let's also ask people that what would you what would you prefer you've learned about volunteering earlier on? Or you've learned about volunteering earlier on. We've got this. I mean, we can do this. I think I need to set a goal now because I don't have anything set, but maybe we should set it now. Very ambitious goal again. But let's say we try to get 200 signups the first month of launching our product. Again, it's not about getting signups, honestly, because I like to tell myself the truth. We can get signups. People do lots of things online, honestly, and that's what you need to understand. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie to myself. And so it's very important to me that I do not lie to myself. And so we'll just go with like the real people, however, that okay, these folks, they're travelers or the people that will most likely travel in a year or 6 months rather than just filling our platform with like randoms. So 200 signups in a month, very ambitious, but we'll see where that leads us. Yeah, 4 weeks. Okay, please let's just keep at it. Um, mm, I'm actually even considering because I think that by Monday we would have been able to get like 50 people, right? 50 contacts. So after getting 50 contacts, what happens? We have to do something. And I was just thinking to myself, maybe I should just start collecting interest, honestly, using Google Form till a platform comes live. Just maybe because I can't wait. I have to show up every day live and then say something, right? And I cannot say something that's like out of shape or out of form of from what we're doing. And I think that with corporates, I don't think I'm going to go after corporates again. I was going to tell you how many people we currently have on board right now, but I was going to do it on Monday because it will be 50 days since we started the challenge on Monday. Thank you so much for staying with me and sticking with me. Thank you. What would you prefer you've learned about volunteering earlier on? Uh, do you think have you had a bad volunteer experience? A bad volunteer experience? Yeah, so this morning I was looking at one of those groups and somebody shared a bad volunteer experience. It wasn't just this morning, I've seen another one. I think well this morning was just about I think this company was looking for volunteers but they were offering the volunteers what's that thing called? Profit sharing. And then somebody had come on that post to say that, hey, hi, I still think that you're ripping people off because even for profit sharing, and then the only thing you're giving them is accommodation and not food, it's still like a total rip off. And I was like, okay, okay. So there are a couple of things that are wrong. I'd like to assume that there are a couple of things that are wrong everywhere. Have you had a bad volunteer experience? What did it teach you about volunteering? Hmm. Those are questions that I can then use to funnel people into our community. And honestly, it could just be that, I don't know, maybe we'll just have like 2 weeks of this challenge, social challenge, where they're like learning their voice. And it may just be on safety and volunteering. I don't know. We see how this eventually rolls out. In an ideal world, these are already content ideas. In an ideal world, uh, What would you envision your ideal? There's not like an ideal world. Okay, so let's just say what would you envision your ideal volunteer experience to teach you actually? Last thing could be around something like why do you volunteer? Alright, that's okay. Those are enough fundraising posts for when I'm ready to recruit people directly. Right now we're recruiting um individual hosts, yeah. So we're gonna keep that up. Individual hosts. You know the only thing I'm realizing that is that uh I am I am more and more bumping into folks who are like, just like volunteers themselves. And it's crazy because I'm letting those leads slip away, you know, because I'm like, oh, no, don't worry, I'm going to come back to you. But the problem is, I'm not even taking their data, right? Now that we're having this conversation, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think I've like kind of like played it safe and thinking, okay, when we finally launch the application and all of that, because I wanted people to see something, I wanted people to see proof. And I think it's time to just create a Google Sheet, yeah. Even if the only thing I'm going to do on the Google Sheet is just collect their first name and their email, let me start collecting individual interest, right? And maybe from the coming week, and then I go to individual host. Again, my problem with going to individual host is also that that platform is not up. But we have 2 weeks prior to when it will launch. I cannot just show up in a live session just talking and talking without doing something. And I think that's where I am mentally now. What happens next? Am I going to abandon this campaign and move to the next campaign? Well, that's not how my mind works. My mind works on we're going to finish this, we've started this, and then automatically, when we round up on something, very easy, very smooth for me to transition into the next thing. Okay, so there might be a problem here then. But while I go about thinking about it, let's just go back to like gathering contacts because that's what I've been doing. Entire screen. Uh, that's amazing. We reward volunteers for sharing their skills to give and great content. Perhaps I was reaching out. Let me tell you more about that work. How you can be a beneficiary. Oh, let's just see how this edition could benefit you as a volunteer slash host. I love it. Like I absolutely love everything that we're doing. But beyond loving everything that we're doing, I think I love how I do everything that we're doing. For me, I think it's how I just embody this thing, like it's mine. And even when it's just a concept that I'm just trying to test, you know, I love that I'm in sync with the work that we're doing. That's it. Okay, I don't just keep telling you about how much I love what we're doing, how much I love doing this. Let's move to the next thing. Mm. Anyway, let me answer that questions the right way, but yeah. She's an influencer. I'll see where that leads us. I'll go and check her profile later. Yeah. Mm. Is that money like in Indonesia or something? Oh, this person is my friend already. Oh no, we're not doing the Facebook. Okay. It's cool that I'm seeing something like this. This is our regional groups too. Currently working on a project called mm, cool. Mm, that's a lot of months. And then I just also realized that I can actually go to work away, register an account, or maybe not register as a, or just to register as a volunteer and actually look at people's volunteer project posting and then scrape actually. But I know Christian is not the same person that owns work away. So yeah. I just connected with this person this morning. For, for a volunteer. Also, they're like looking for somebody to take them around. Yeah, you follow them, but not necessarily what we're looking for. Hmm. Sorry about that. That is so sad. Hmm. We're looking for people lifetime. That's serious. I spoke with Rebecca yesterday. I said what we're doing was cool. That she wanted to know more. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's serious. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. It's always about regulation. We do lots of great things, but we never think about regulation. Like, and I feel like that regulation is like the is like is like worst case scenario. I feel like the same way we build like worst case scenario for life or business. I think we also have to like bake it into status or whatever we're doing. And just talking about this made me realize that it could be that we've baked it into what we're doing, but we're baking what worst case scenario as shutting down. You get like or yeah, shutting down. I mean, if you run out of business, don't have customers, eventually you shut down. But just doing this and even with how we came up with Zago, I'm realizing that sometimes worst case scenario might not necessarily be that the business is shutting down. It may be a reputational risk, and we've seen people who didn't recover from reputational risk and all of that. So this is so beautiful. Okay, I think I have to now go back to, that's what I was like saying about walk away, going back to walk away to just figure out everyone's profile and all of that. What is that? That's what I was doing. Okay. It's the digital military walk away and all of that. I actually doubt that it would have yeah, but I mean they could have probably just exchanged details off of walk away. But this is more of a personal project. I wonder if I'm interested in personal projects. I wonder. I don't think so. Okay. Stress. Hostel, 66, manager, 207,000. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you tomorrow. We just continue with gathering contacts. We have our first 50 and then we begin to make our calls. And I think I'm just going to go ahead to create a Google form to now start collating interest of volunteers or even travelers that I'm talking to right now who are what again? Who are like volunteer travelers and I'd like to like get them on our platform as soon as we go live. I've just been leaving that conversation hanging and not deciding on it because I wanted us to go live first. But I'll just continue with gathering interest. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m. BST. Thank you so much for your support. And I can't wait for Monday to be here so that I could share with you how far we have come, who we have on board. And thank you. Bye.